brand new neon horror film that just hit theaters this past weekend. The film is written and directed by Damian McCarthy, who's coming off of his prior two movies, 2020's Caveats and 2024's Oddity. This movie stars Adam Scott as Ohm Bowman, one of the most famous writers, book writers in the entire world. He writes about these very dark, bleak situations, including finishing off his Conquistador trilogy. He goes to an Irish inn to bury the remains of his parents who took their honeymoon to this Irish inn. But while he's there, some weird stuff is going on, including this one honeymoon suite, which seems to be haunted. The film is an hour and 47 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here at Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Sindenberg. Today, I'm talking about the new horror film Hokum. Before I get started with my review, please hit that like button, guys. The thumbs up button down below takes 2 seconds out of your day. Hit that like button. Really helps support my channel. Also sets me up to get more viewers who are not subscribed. So please hit that like button. Really support the channel. Let's get into my thoughts on Hokum. So I did not see a single trailer, or at least I don't remember seeing any footage for this movie. The only thing I knew was Adam Scott horror movie. Didn't even know Neon did it until I was in the theater. And I think this is the creepiest movie that I have seen so far this year. This really took me by surprise because the first 15, 20 minutes are not the best. They rely heavily on stereotypical music buildup to no music, setting up a jump scare. And I was like, if this is the whole movie, this really won't be for me. But once Adam Scott's character goes to the Irish inn around 20, 25 minutes into the movie, that's when the movie really hits the next gear. Because this movie does not rely on lazy jump scares, predictable score, anything like that to scare you. This movie is worried more about creating a creepy, eerie atmosphere. Obviously, what this movie also does is has so much lore and mythology that makes this movie just enticing to watch. Not just, obviously, are we learning the backstory of Adam Scott, why he's in his emotional state that he is in, what his connection is to the hotel, all of those things. But the hotel itself and the characters, there's so much lore and mythology that is brought up in this movie. It's very rare in a horror movie to have this much original lore that's kind of soaked into the movie. Movies like this that basically take place in one room for the majority of the film don't really do that. They just kind of walk around, jump scare, and it's very cheap. This movie, you can really tell the writing in particular takes a lot of time into thinking about all the different devices, how old some particular things are, the backstory, all of those things, and it really makes you invested in what's going on. What I also really respect about this movie is the biggest risk is honestly with the lead character played by Adam Scott. This guy is a douchebag for the majority of the film. There's one scene with a bellboy in the first act of the movie, and you're just thinking to yourself, this guy is a horrible person. The way he talks to people, the way he treats people. And this is the person we're following throughout the entire film. But what this movie does is it doesn't just make you, I guess, root for him, but you can understand why this supernatural experience that he's going to be going on, you understand why he needs it. And the things he's trying to fix in his mind, in his life, can start to be kind of being fixed as he goes through this supernatural kind of haunted house situation. And I respected that they went for a pretty bad character to take you on this journey. It made it more unpredictable, and he's learning some challenges at the same time you're learning as well. And I think Adam Scott is excellent here. This is a character, again, he usually doesn't like to play because, again, Adam Scott usually plays a very good guy in every single project that he is in. But this time, he's not. He really gets to flex out his acting muscles here. He's really excellent. The whole ensemble is really good, including Jerry, played by David Wilmot, is excellent in the movie. Peter Coonan as Mal, really good as well. The supporting cast, I think, in this movie, Florence Ordesh as Fiona, all excellent here. I said, this movie is creepy. I think it might be the scariest movie that I've seen all year because there's some times where characters are walking around and there's just people in the background and the movie doesn't cut to zoom in or make a whole jump scare out of it. There's just things going on in the background at all times. And I love horror movies like that where, yeah, sure, you see things maybe walking around behind the characters, but the movie doesn't take its time to do it. It just moves on. It's kind of just there. Very similar to The Haunting of Hill House, where ghosts were just walking around the house as things were going on. Really, it feels more lived in when things like that were going on. Now, on a negative note, as I said earlier, the first act, it definitely takes a while to get used to what the movie's trying to ask you to do. Because the first, as I said, act relies so much on jump scares and cheese and predictable score that when the movie turns into something else, that's when the movie kind of becomes the next level. But for me, it takes a little bit too long to get into that. And as I said, it does take you a while to warm up to this lead character. At first, you're like, how am I supposed to be rooting for this guy on this journey? Again, I think the movie takes a bit too long to get you invested, scared, eerie. But once it does, it really does take you on an amazing ride. So I thought Hokum was an excellent horror movie, really worth checking out, especially in the movie theater. I am giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. I am going 82% for Hokum. What do you guys thought of this movie? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.